Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Littell, and I have the privilege of serving as the rector of the College of William & Mary. It is also my pleasure to welcome you here today to celebrate such a significant milestone in our college's 325-year journey. This building has witnessed much in the remarkable history of William & Mary, and indeed the nation, though few as crowded as this. A little more than 4 months ago, my colleagues on the Board of Visitors convened upstairs in the Blue Room, just as our predecessors have done throughout history, and brought to a close our college's presidential search. This process benefited from the input of many in this room, and scores more besides, as we elected Catherine Rowe to serve as William & Mary's 28th president. Today, we celebrate the beginning of her tenure. As we do so, I want to recognize our former rector, Todd Stottlemyre, and our former vice rector, Tom Watkins. Todd led the Board of Visitors for the past 5 years, and among his many accomplishments was the long-range succession planning that he initiated. That planning allowed our search committee, ably led by Tom Watkins, and then the board, to complete a thorough search that culminated in our unanimous vote upstairs on February 20th. Thank you both. To all of you, former and current members of the Board of Visitors, former rectors, and of course the William & Mary community, faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends, as well as those who represent us in Richmond and in the city of Williamsburg, thank you all for being here today to celebrate this historic event. Whether crowded into this hall or watching via the web, we are grateful for your presence. I especially want to welcome the family and friends of our president-elect, Catherine, Bruce, Danny, Thea. You will quickly discover that this is truly a family, indeed a close-knit one, and we are very glad to welcome you to it. Finally, I'd like to thank Governor Ralph Northam for being here today. Many now know him as His Excellency, the 73rd Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. But here at William & Mary, we first knew him and the First Lady as Ralph and Pam, the parents of Wes, a 2010 alumnus, and our neighbors from the Eastern Shore. Having you here today is a singular honor, and we are grateful for your support and leadership. With that, I'd ask Governor Northam to offer words of welcome. Following his remarks, I ask the Rowe and Jacobson family to come forward for the administration of the oath of office. For her swearing in, Catherine has selected the Thompson Bible from William & Mary's special collections. This Bible was published in 1808 by Jane Aitken, the first woman to publish in the United States to publish an English translation of the Bible. Governor?
Well, good afternoon. It is just a tremendous pleasure to be back on the campus of William & Mary. As John said, our son graduated here from William & Mary in 2010, and Wes and my wife and I just have such fond memories of being here at William & Mary. John, thank you so much to you and also to your Board of Visitors who are with us today for your tremendous leadership over the years. And I would also thank President Taylor Reevely and your wife for your 10 years of just committed leadership to the College of William & Mary. So thank you, President Reevely. For over 300 years, the College of William & Mary has educated so many men and women and prepared them so well to go into our society and do wonderful things. And we are so appreciative to that. And so to Dr. Catherine Rowe, on behalf of the Commonwealth, and we really we welcome you, and not only to William & Mary, but to the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I know that you are going to do a wonderful job and just be an advocate for a university that is just a sign of progression, innovation, and inclusivity. So we look forward to wonderful things under your hand, and so we do welcome you here to the to the College of William & Mary. So if you and your family would come forward, we can do the swearing in. Thank you so much. If you could raise your right hand. I, Catherine A. Rowe,
I, Catherine A. Rowe,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as President of the College of William & Mary in Virginia,
as President of the College of William & Mary in Virginia,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations on being the 28th President.
I need the remarks.
You did it, Mama.
Thank you.
Just like the State of the Union.
Yes, it's wonderful. Thank you. Carol.
Thank you, Governor Northam. I have the distinct privilege to introduce for the first time the 28th President of the College of William & Mary, Dr. Catherine Rowe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon. Thank you, John, for that lovely introduction. Let me also echo your thanks to Todd Stottlemyre, our outgoing rector, to Tom Watkins, who chaired the search committee, to the members of the Board of Visitors, as well as everyone here and over the last 5 months in the great William & Mary community who have welcomed me and my family so warmly to this community. We're from New England. We know from warm welcomes. But Williamsburg, in July at high noon, that really takes the concept to a new level. And we wouldn't have it any other way. I want to also acknowledge President Taylor Reevely, Helen Reevely, who've been wonderful hosts and guides to my family and to me over the past 5 months. Taylor, your leadership is an inspiration to everyone who follows you. So let's thank them again. They can't be enough. Yeah. Thanks so much to Governor Northam for welcoming me to public service in this solemn way. I'm particularly honored that there are so many public officials here today, as well as alumni and friends of William & Mary, faculty and staff, parents and students, and to everyone watching live on the web, including more family and friends. Thank you so much for joining us virtually today. Your support has been a great boon over the last 5 months. As you know, my husband, Bruce, my children, Danny and Bea, are here today, and a number of friends, including my college roommate. I want to thank them for their support. Bruce has already begun a serious strategic assessment of the golf courses in the Williamsburg area, and so far, he deems them excellent. There's more work to do. Dan and Bea are looking forward to exploring this beautiful region with us. We are so thrilled to be part of this William and Mary family. And being introduced as the 28th president, being inducted here to this great institution is an incredible honor. William and Mary occupies a unique place in history. It is the second oldest institution of higher education in the nation and the first to be granted a royal charter. In 1918, we became the first coeducational public university in the Commonwealth. A 100-year anniversary we celebrate this year. And I'm discovering that there are so many firsts here. More than any other school, William and Mary has shaped the character of our country over the last 3 centuries. Our alumni are public servants and thought leaders in every field and endeavor. This is a core part of what it means to be the alma mater of the nation. As Todd Stottlemyre noted at my announcement, there's a plaque on the wall of the boardroom in Blow Memorial Hall. It includes a 5-word inscription, "Take care of our college." This is a charge I accepted when I was chosen to be the next president of William and Mary, to be entrusted with the next chapter of this institution, one so rich in tradition and so exceptional now. This is a trust I embrace with excitement and humility. So, with that humility in mind, I am looking forward to spending much of my first 3 months as the 28th president listening and learning from all of you, hearing your stories, and experiencing the vigor firsthand of William and Mary's academic excellence and our traditions. I'm curious to hear from our students. How do you experience learning and living in this community and beyond it? From faculty and staff, I want to hear your highest aspirations and your challenges. I welcome your ideas for innovation and improvements for the future. How can we best prepare our students to be resourceful problem solvers, reflective citizens, and to succeed whatever careers they choose? I'm eager to hear from alumni about alma mater. What deepens your passion and engagement or holds you back from feeling engaged in this campus more fully? At the same time, I will be working day and night to bring our For the Bold campaign to a triumphant close. I've begun this work over the past few months with visits to campus and meetings with alumni around the country. In my conversations with faculty and staff, students, alumni, parents, and friends of William and Mary, I've been struck by your dedication to this community and the eagerness with which you embrace its future. I want to share one anecdote that captures these commitments so powerfully for me. It's a story that a faculty member shared with me a few weeks ago, describing an assignment that he sets his first-year seminar, Call 150. Call 150 is the first-year course for freshmen. This faculty member, who's also an alumnus, asks his students every year to craft together the best slogan or tagline that they can think of to recruit the next year of incoming undergraduates. So what could you share about William and Mary that attracted you here? And what can you confirm now that you are here about this community? Last year's tagline that the class created was an invitation that resonates very strongly with me. Join the tradition, make history. Much like Take Care of Our College, this 5-word message tells us so much about the shared commitments of William and Mary to the past, present, and future. Come, join the tradition. Let's make history together. So I want to focus for a minute on the second part of that invitation. William and Mary has been historically preeminent, and it is exceptional now because we're committed to the future. To educate is to envision and to invest in transformation. The transformation of human beings, the growth of institutions, the creation of new communities, and exploration of different points of view. Most of us have seen dramatic shifts in the past 20 years in every aspect of our lives. When I went to college, I took a typewriter. A few of us in this room remember what it's like to write an English paper on a typewriter. I was part of the first generation of Shakespeare scholars to write our PhD dissertations on a personal computer. And just a few years ago, I co-created an app with a colleague in my fields to help students study and learn and love Shakespeare. This trajectory seemed natural at the time, but the pace of change is incredibly fast, and we all know that that pace is not going to slow, quite the opposite. For that reason, how this generation learns to navigate change is going to matter profoundly to our world in the century to come. We are preparing our students for careers and endeavors that don't yet exist. They will need to be very good at collaborating with partners that they've never worked with before. They will work in teams with diverse expertise and viewpoints, grappling with problems that have not been defined before and that don't yet have answers. And because that work will succeed best when it reflects the core missions of their workplaces and communities, it will require both adaptability and wisdom. Our students will and must be the intellectual pioneers and the moral anchors of our democracy. Our undergraduate, graduate, and professional schools promote critical thinking, collaboration, and curiosity. Our abiding commitment to liberal arts teaching and research prepares them to engage deeply with their communities, with their professions, and with the world. We also know that a commitment to diversity and inclusion accelerates innovation because it invites more people with a wider range of perspectives to participate fully in higher education and in society. I've witnessed firsthand how innovation in new fields and new methodologies opens the door to those whose contributions would otherwise have remained latent. Embracing our talents this way strengthens the entire community. These are principles that I've heard widely expressed at William & Mary over the past several months, and they are an essential part of what it means to take care of our college. So, this is an enormously exciting time to assume the leadership of William & Mary. Over the coming months, as we move forward together to reflect on the future we seek, let's be inspired by those Call 150 students and their call to join the tradition and make history. Our core values have stood the test of time and advanced generations of students, along with their skillful execution by talented faculty, staff, and administrators. These make the alma mater of the nation the obvious choice for anyone who wants to shape their own history. With a William & Mary education, our students become effective citizens, able to navigate a rapidly changing world with grace, to reflect deeply, to innovate nimbly, to build communities, and to live lives of creativity and fulfillment. As I look to the horizon, I have great confidence in the history that they will make. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Madam President, thank you for those words. We look forward to making history together. The Rowe family is going to leave first and will greet guests on the portico. I encourage you all to spend some time with them, and thank you very much for coming. Good afternoon.